Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world and what time you're watching this. It is the afternoon, so good afternoon. Whatever time it is, no matter where you are, as long as you've got a cup of tea, so you can have a chat with me. Sips tea. This lipstick is very sticky, not very functional. If you're new around here, take your shoes off, get comfortable, just have the carpet clean, so be careful. If you're a regular, nice to see you. How you doing? How's your week been? Okay, so this video was very highly requested, and what I mean by very highly requested, I mean one person requested it. So I put it out on my story asking what I should throw out into the universe, and someone suggested dating in 2019. So I thought, let's have a chinwag about it, stick the kettle on, let's have a chat. So before anybody gets mad at me, I'm not coming for anybody's grandparents, I'm not cussing your family. Stay with me, keep watching. 60. For any of you that missed the disclaimers in a previous video, I'll put them out there again. I'm not a counsellor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychotherapist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a gist in anything. Actually I am, but I'm not any of those things. I'm not a relationship expert. Quite frankly, I don't have my own life sorted out. So having said that, make sure you've got some salt to sprinkle on anything I say. Let's get started. Dating in 2019. One thing I think a lot of us make a mistake, and that is aspiring to be, the idea of perfection reflected upon the older generation. We aspire, our grandparents, they're the perfect relationship. You see a picture of your granddad in a suit, he was such a gentleman. Sips tea. Now, of course, like I said, I'm not cussing anyone's granddad. And listen, when I put stuff out, I'm talking about me too. Anyone can get it. I'm not going to be dropping F-bombs on this channel as much as I can help it. But we have the F-boy syndrome. He's an F-boy. Some of our granddads were F-boys too, just because he wore a suit doesn't mean he weren't a devil's Eric or a backfoot Barry. Do you know what I mean? My granddad was a coal miner, he was a hard worker. Listen, he was a hard worker, but coal weren't the only thing he was digging. Do you know what I'm saying? And the joke about, your kid looking like the milkman and so. For those of you that are, that young that you don't remember having your milk delivered, that you couldn't go to the shop to buy milk, you had it delivered. Now, if your granddad's hard at work, coal mining, your grandma's at home, sorting out house and home, making the supper, and then the milkman comes round. Let me tell you something, milk weren't the only thing he was dropping off. I'm just saying, because I'm not coming for anyone's grandparents, but we have to stop aspiring to a generation. Every generation had their problems. Also, it was very taboo. It was very taboo to get divorced. So people stuck in relationships that they weren't happy in. That's the truth. And people might think, oh yeah, but it held the family together. Fair enough. But how many of us are victims or survivors of broken families and broken relationships? Let's talk about it. 60. There's a lot of abuse in households. A lot of our elders can speak about physical and emotional abuse because, parents didn't want to get divorced because it was, like I said, it was unheard of back in, the 50s and 60s. So let's just talk, let's just think about that. Let's not aspire to certain generations when they had their own problems. Do you know what I mean? Second of all, this is so basic. So basic. Stop lying. Stop lying. Sips tea. So I meet Diamond Dave, drives a nice car, he's got a business. So, I think, I'm a bit of a basic bitch here. I know I'm going to tell him that I'm the head of a, pharmaceutical company. Tell him that I drive a really nice car myself, and I've got this degree and that degree, I'm going places. So we go on our date and it's going so well. And he asks me, oh, okay, so you're head of a pharmaceutical company. Gosh, yeah, I liaise with pharmaceutical companies. What's the name of your pharmaceutical company? Okay, I'm a good liar. I'm thinking fast on my feet. It's Bombaclar Pharmaceutical Enterprises. Oh gosh, yeah, I've heard of them. I remember they had a huge problem with their shipment of, let me think of a name. I don't know, just think of some medical name, some fancy sounding name, because it only had a percentage of 0.8.75 active ingredients. Can you believe? This is just an example. And if I keep carrying on with that lie, what's the basis of the relationship? If you're starting off on the first date lying through your yellow teeth, where are you going to get? Where we going from here? Little white lies, you know. Sometimes you might just say, oh yeah, I'm just doing this, that's fine. We're not talking about little white lies, but we're talking about huge lies. So if you don't think I'm going to be impressed by your life as it is as a whole, then just leave it there. It's okay. And be yourself. If you have a very basic job, you don't even drive, or you drive a very basic car, then come to the date and just say, this is me. You're going to get this. You're just going to get this. Might not drive a nice car, but you know what you're going to get? You're going to get this banter. You're going to get this banter. You're going to get some good conversation. We're going to have a nice time, and we're going to take it from there. Otherwise, if you can't say that, leave people alone. Tips 2, leave people alone. If you don't think you're whole enough, or what you have is enough for somebody else, work on that. Either work on why you think it's not enough, or work on getting something so you can give to somebody else. Don't bring your empty palms to someone else's table and expect to scoop and take from them. No lying. Next. 60. Dating apps. I have never been Tinder, Plenty of Fish, eHarmony. There's a few others. I'm not on dating apps. Never been on dating apps, and I don't want to be on dating apps. Dating apps, I like saying that. It's just not for me. I don't judge anyone, and I've met people who've had very successful relationships through dating apps. It's 2019, it's something that we've got to accept. However, I can't do it. And I'm telling a lie here. When I was living out of Birmingham for a very short period of time, 2014 maybe, 2015, I was in the sticks, so I thought, you know, let me join. And I think it was, what was it? I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't Tinder or anything. I don't think Tinder existed back then, or did it? I don't know, but it wasn't Tinder. So it was one of these where you have to have a profile, and it wasn't a swipe situation. I was on this website for 24 hours. I signed up in the evening. I didn't even put a profile picture on because I don't like the idea of having your face out there. I don't like that. I was on there for 24 hours. I woke up the next day. And quite frankly, my inbox was disgusting. True story, I just had to edit something out because I swore, because I wasn't happy. 60. Bearing in mind, I haven't even put a picture out there. Why are you asking to insert objects into my orifices? So yeah, put me off. I came off. Now, as I said, dating apps, it's 2019. I guess it's the way forward. But once again, get your intentions down. I don't know what people ask for on dating apps. I don't know what your profile said. Like I said, I'm not on them. It's not something I would choose to do. But like, I'm no shade. No shade. If it works for you, it works for you. But just be honest. If someone says, I want a relationship, don't slide in their inbox asking for a bit of slap and tickle. No. They do not want to do the vertical tango with you. They want to be wined and dined. Do you know what I mean? But also, I do think it kind of, this is my theory. Do you remember? I'm not a psychologist. But I think it kind of takes away from the chance meetings and the conversations, do you know what I mean? The organic conversations. And I guess a lot of us work full time, so you don't have, you know, many random organic conversations. You go to work, come home, you know what I mean? So you have to, so dating apps are a good option. But I do quite like the thought of meeting someone out there and having a chat. But yeah, stay safe, people. Don't be just meeting up with any old freaking back foot Barry or rotted Rita. Stay safe. Do your research. Take a screenshot, send it to your friends. Hey guys, do you know this person? He said his name was, you know, Diamond Dave. But I've got a feeling his name is Backfoot Barry. Do your research. 60. Yeah, this lipstick is a problem. It's coming off. Okie dokie, so the next one. Ignoring signs. So a lot of us put blinkers on, put glasses on, because we like the idea of being with somebody. Now, if on the first or second date I shit in your gravy, that's a sign. And so a lot of things are very conflicted. This is what I find these days. So it's promoted that we must cut people off, cut bad energies off, cut toxic people off, but at the same time, you know, you see memes, you know, our generation, we think it's so casual, and we think it's so cool just to cut people off. So what do you want me to do? Do you want me to stay around, or do you want me to cut people off? This is what I do now. I definitely cut people off very quickly. If your energy ain't right, laters. And I make no apologies if it makes me cold. I'm not cold. For everyone that knows me, I'm a very warm person. I have quite a lot of flesh, so I am a warm person. Now listen, if the energy ain't right and you feel like you're getting a bit of indigestion and your stomach's going blah blah blah, read it. It's not a stomach ache. You ain't got the shits. It's your gut telling you move. So not ignoring the signs. My ex is a psycho. That's a sign. Now don't get me wrong, some exes are psychos, but 90% of the time. 60. Can you be bothered to do your research? If the ex is a psycho, do some research into it if you can be asked. Otherwise, ignoring the signs, no. If you see a little bit of a flag, check what colour it is. Is it red? Leave. And it's as simple as that. So as I said, I don't date, but if I was to ever date again, maybe when my heart is defrosted, check the signs. Red flags, signs, signals, read them, listen to them, be in tune with them. Otherwise, 60. Another one, expectations. So if a guy says to me, I want a woman who is tall, very slim, doesn't wear sticky lipstick and doesn't drink tea, am I going to be offended? Am I going to try and be with him and then get mad that he doesn't want a tea sipping, sticky lipstick wearing chubster? No. I feel like a lot of us get into situations where you're not compatible to begin with, and then you get mad because this person, or it's a mutual understanding, you just don't get along, or you're not giving each other what each other needs. You like what you like. I see a lot of guys calling girls gold diggers. If a girl from day one says, I want a guy to finesse my foot bottom in Louboutin shoes, if you can't or you don't want to, go over there. There is someone else that will happily put red bottoms on her crusty foot. It doesn't have to be you. Same way as a woman, you know, I don't want to cook and clean for him. That's fine. Don't. That's what, you know, there's about 7 billion people in the world. You can have someone that will totally match everything that you want. Just don't get with somebody expecting them to fit your brief when upon first meeting it doesn't match. It doesn't match your credentials or, you know, what you set out as a plan. We just expect people to just adapt to our, you know, likes and dislikes. There's compromise when you're in a relationship. Not everything's going to be perfect. But I'm telling you, don't expect me to come to the table, you know, tall, skinny, 10 out of 10. It's not happening. 60. You can have what you want in life. If you're not attracted to bigger women, that is perfectly okay. You have a preference. That's perfectly okay. Just don't get with a big woman and expect her to lose weight for you. It's not happening. Vice versa. Women, you get with a guy, he's not in a, you know, doesn't have a great job, he's on the up. Don't chop him down because he ain't got money. If you got with him and he was working in, you know, Bumberclaw Enterprises as a cleaner, don't get mad at him for cleaning. You got with him and he was a cleaner. Either stay with him and ride it out and help build the empire, or go with bloody backfoot Barry who's got a better job. Do what you want. Stop trying to change people. Having impossible expectations to fit your brief, it's not going to happen. Sip tea. And last but not least, don't be shitting in each other's gravy. This is so simple. When people say love is hard, relationships are hard, everything is hard, it's not, you know. I mean, it is, don't get me wrong. I mean, of course relationships are hard. You're gonna, you know, come against so many obstacles, so many trials and tribulations, but you know, if you two come together as a unit, you can take on the world. You can take on the world. There are, as I said, there are 7 billion people in this world. If you choose this person, look after this person. If you don't want to be with this person, of course it's going to break this person's heart, but just talk about it. Communication. Communication is key. Don't cheat. Don't lie. It's so simple. Honestly, it's so simple. Things like effort. Effort is everything. You know, you're speaking to someone for a few weeks and then, you know, and sometimes it's just days. You know, you're messaging constantly and then it dies down, and then after 2 days, oh, I was busy, sorry I didn't get back to you. Sips tea. The thing is, we all know I take my phone to the toilet. Just like a bit of company in the toilet, do you know what I mean? If you catch the train to work, we've got time. Do you know, if you're really into somebody, you will take the time. Time and effort. If you're not into somebody, just say. You know, if everyone just told the truth, all these points that I've made, just tell the truth. Be yourself. Don't expect nothing, you know, that's out of this person's realm. Everything would be okay. Honestly, it would. And not shit in their gravy. What should really play heavy on your chest and should really, you know, make you stop in your tracks and think? The thought of you hurting someone should really bother you. Some people are really cold and, you know, they will hurt someone over and over and over. Let's not even get into that, because that's some deeply psychological, and like, as I already said, I'm not a psychologist, that's some deeply psychological issues there. But the thought of hurting someone should, you know, give you a kick up the arse and say, oh, nah, I can't do that. So I'm ranting now, but just take these points. Take these points. Make sure you are comfortable and happy enough in your own self to give yourself to somebody else. Are you ready to date? Yes. Yes, I am. Perfect. Are you ready to date? No. Stay at home. Don't. You know what it is? Do you know what have you ever been to a barbecue or a potluck dinner? I've never been to a potluck dinner. That sounds very fancy. But have you ever been to a party and you've come and you've got nothing? You know, you haven't got a bottle of wine or anything. Two types of people. Do you feel guilty, or do you go in there and, oh, you know, I've got the invite, I'm present enough? Sips tea. It's bad etiquette to come somewhere, you know, to go to a dinner party or a party or something without, you know, an offering to the host. That's what it's like when you date. If you ain't got nothing to bring, don't go. Don't date. You've got to bring something. If you've got nothing, piss off. Dating in 2019, let's make it easier. The older generation, they're not always the example. Don't lie, just be yourself. I from HT World. I've got nothing but tea bags, some winged eyeliner and some banter. It's not enough? Cool. I'll move on to the next. It's enough? Perfect. We're a match. Dating apps and websites. Stay safe. Stay safe. And what was that one? I can't remember. No, don't shit in each other's gravy. Be good to people. I'm telling you, nothing but good will come back. Nothing but good will come back. You may be hurt, you may have your own gravy shatting, but you know what? Bounce back, because you're a good one. Do you know what I mean? Sips tea. Right, I am off. Got things to do, people to see, places to go. Ain't going nowhere, got no life. But yeah, it's always good having your company. I'll always put stories out, questions out on my story on Instagram if you're not following me. What are you doing with your life? For topics to talk about. Guys, as always, under no circumstance must you ever shit in anyone's gravy. Sips tea. I spat, sorry.